Welcome everybody to update number 57. So yeah, we're looking at all of the horror films that I have bought through October since the last update, which was in October 3rd, I think it was. So yeah, I've not bought that much this year compared to previous years, but everything I have bought has been via a well-known label. You know, it's not just basic Blu-rays or anything like that. And yeah, anything else that I've bought that isn't horror related, you'll see in the next update, which will probably be about a week or two into November. So yeah, so let's start off with the likes of a Vestron video release, which is 1988's Waxwork, which is basically a more gory, more practical effect heavy version of House of Wax from the 50s. And yeah, it's a very fun film. Not particularly deep, but you know, it's got a decent cast in it. You know, you got Zach Gallagher and Deborah Foreman and Patrick McNee, as well as David Warner. So yeah, good cast and an overall fun film, and it's pretty short as well. It's only how long is it? It's 90 minutes, 97 minutes. Yeah, so it's not particularly long, and yeah, it's really well paced, and therefore, yeah, any of its flaws aren't really all that apparent upon initially watching it. And then we have a couple of Studio Canal films. These, I believe, are both from Hammer. Yeah, they're both from Hammer Film. And the first of which is Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. A really, really fun twist on the typical Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of a story. And yeah, it uses its title and premise really rather well. And you've got a decent cast in it as well. Ralph Bates, Martine Beswick, who are both really good. And yeah, double disc as well. So you get the Blu-ray and the DVD if you so wish. And yeah, overall a really, really good film. It's also got a new featurette on it called Lady Killer Inside Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde, which was new when this was released back in 2018. So yeah, not a brand spanking new Blu-ray, but still a good looking transfer on that as well. One I haven't seen from Hammer is Rasputin the Mad Monk. Yeah, it's got Christopher Lee, Barbara Shelley in it, and apparently it is really well good. This came out in 2012, so yeah, even older than the Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde. But yeah, Studio Canal, even with these you know, non-limited edition versions, still do a good job with their releases. And this and Dr. Jekyll and Sister Hyde were at 2 for $15 as well, so from HMV, so nice and cheap. And yeah, hopefully this will be as good as the other one. Right, so for more boutique labels, we have from Indicator, we have Wolf. So yeah, starring Jack Nicholson, Michelle Pfeiffer, directed by Mike Nichols. Not seen it myself, but have heard some good things about it. You've also got the likes of James Spader and Kate Nelligan in it, as well as Christopher Plummer. And the score itself is composed by Ennio Morricone. So yeah, can't be that bad, surely, with all of those people involved. And yeah, I know Indicator currently have a massive sale on at the moment. I bought this at a slightly increased price, but still at a somewhat sale price, despite that. I think it was part of the 2 for £15 sale that HMV has had on. So yeah, you can get this even cheaper now on Indicator for $6.99, or I think it's pretty much, I think it's part of the 3 for $15 deal. So you can get it real cheap, along with plenty of their other releases. And then from 88 Films, we have Magic Cop. So it's not a pure horror film. There is comedy and action included in this, but definitely does have horror elements to it. And yeah, I love this artwork that's going on with it. And yeah, it's a limited edition slipcase with a fold-out poster. But unfortunately, when I unwrapped it, it became apparent that this was broken, as yeah, it does not close. No matter how hard I press it, it'll just open up again. So yeah, I'm eventually hopefully going to get this replaced, or at least find a new case for it. Do hope HMV have a replacement versions of this with the slipcover and whatnot, because yeah, it's a really, really nice version of the film. And like I said, you get a double-sided poster with it as well. So we have the new artwork on one side, which I really like. Really does show off pretty much everything that the film has going for it. So nice thick paper as per usual with these posters from 88 Films. And then you have the original poster artwork as well, which I kind of like it in some respects. I do like the colour palette, but yeah, like a lot of Hong Kong action films with, you know, other elements to them, they are a little bit confused in terms of their overall presentation. They're, yeah, they're not consistent enough for me, to be honest, to be wholly enjoyable, but it's still a decent looking poster, and yeah, definitely gets across some of the elements of the film. And then from Eureka, which also had a sale on, of the horror films, so you know, a lot of people are putting on sales to do with horror films because of the time of the season, and the first of which is Sleepwalkers. So this is the first ever film written by Stephen King for the screen, or as they say, Scream. But yeah, heard some good things about this. Not really seen much from the cast before, but Mick Garris did do, oh, what film was it recently that I watched from him? I'm pretty sure it was one that I recently bought. But yeah, pretty sure I've seen something from him recently that I enjoyed. But regardless, yeah, should hopefully be good. Again, like I said, I've heard mixed things from this, but I'm less harsh on films than some people, so maybe I'll get something out of it. So yeah, yet to see that one. And another bunch of films that I've yet to see is The Troll, The Complete Collection. So yeah, first film was apparently a mildly amusing, enjoyable kind of horror film. Second film, though, has been widely considered to be one of the worst films ever made. And to complement that, we have the documentary about the second film, about the cult following of the film that it has gained over time, how the director feels about the film being laughed at rather than laughed with, and the like. So yeah, Troll 2 and Best Worst Movie, all in told 269 minutes total. So that is fairly lengthy in that regard. And yeah, not seen any of them, to be honest. I've heard of Troll 2. It is an infamously bad film, but yeah, I have yet to see it myself, so I can't comment on that. So the first and second film are on the same disc, and then Best Worst Movie gets its own Blu-ray there. I believe it's Blu-ray? Yeah, it is. So yeah, looking forward to sitting through and watching all three of those in a row. Not sure when I'll get around to doing that, but yeah, looking forward to doing that. And finally, from Arrow Video, who again also had a sizable sale on, we got a couple of standard editions. So we got Rawhead Rex, which is a decently fun monster movie from the 80s. It's nothing, you know, great or anything. It's certainly not the best of the like kind of monster or creature features from the 80s. You know, the Thing, the Fly, the Blob. They are all better films, but this is still a fun film. And yeah, had a 4K restoration from the original negative, and it looks really rather quite good. So yeah, nice fun film. Not exactly particularly long yet. It's less than 90 minutes. So yeah, it's in and out before you know it, and yeah, it's got some good violence, some weird moments as well, and some decent set pieces and the like. And then another one that I've not seen, Anthony Perkins in Edge of Sanity. So I got this purely because I enjoyed the Arrow Video's 4K Psycho collection, which all starred Anthony Perkins. So I figured, why not give another film of his from around the same period as the third and fourth films a shot. And yeah, this was from 1989. So yeah, not kind of slap bang in the middle between the third Psycho and fourth Psycho. And yeah, apparently it's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of concept with some Jack the Ripper elements included. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this. And surprisingly enough, this came with a booklet as well, which I wasn't expecting, given yeah, this came out when 2022, so not mega old or anything like that, but I still didn't expect to get any limited edition booklets included. Certainly didn't with Rawhead Rex, although that is older. So yeah, comes with a booklet which has contents in terms of cast and crew. Then you got Jack's Back, Edge of Sanity's Return of the Repressed by John Tolson, then about the transfer and production credits. So nothing particularly thick, but yeah, it should be fun. Anthony Perkins is always enjoyable in a horror film, so yeah, looking forward to eventually getting around to that. And finally, last but not least, we have the limited edition version of Mill of the Stone Women. So yeah, can't say that I have seen this one, not heard much about it, but given that this really nice limited edition was on sale, I quite frankly jumped at the chance to get it. So yeah, it comes in a great looking hard box with new artwork. So yeah, really nice hard box. Then you get a poster to go with it, which isn't as thick as some of their posters in these kind of limited editions, but it's still on nice enough paper, even if it is a little on the thin side. Certainly thinner than, say, something from 88 Films. So yeah, you get the new artwork on the one side, which again, I quite like. And then you get the original, or at least what looks like an original poster on the other side. So yeah, nicely done. Lady with a severed head there, which I imagine will happen in the film. And on top of that, you get a booklet, which again has a lady in pieces on the back. And then in terms of the booklet itself, you've got your cast and your crew. You've got Blood from Stone, Giorgio Ferroni's Mill of the Stone Women by Roberto Curti. Then you've got multiple mills and many versions of Mill of the Stone Women by Brad Stevens. And then contemporary reviews and about the restoration itself. So with a few shots from the film in the back of the booklet as well to go alongside it. So let's just look at the about the restoration part and get to it. So it's presented in its original aspect ratio. It's got English with Italian, English and French mono sound and was restored by Arrow Films. The original 35mm negative was scanned and restored in 2K resolution. Additional 35mm intermediary elements were scanned and restored in 2K for the opening titles in the English export version. And yeah, the film was confirmed and graded by professionals, blah blah blah. So yeah, it's clearly had some work into it, which is always a good sign. And yeah, this has two discs. You've got the Italian and English export versions on the one disc. Then you've got the French and the US versions on the second disc, which is a limited edition exclusive. So if you are interested in having all four versions of the film, then you do need to get this limited edition version, as I imagine the standard edition will only have the Italian and English export versions. So yeah, can't tell you what the difference is between them because I haven't seen even one of the films yet, but still, it's really cool that they're able to find all of these different versions of the film. And there's the second disc. So yeah, apparently there's there's 96 minutes for the Italian and English export versions, and then 90 minutes for the French version, and 95 minutes for the US version, if I'm reading those running times in the correct order. And then on top of all that, you get a bunch of art cards, which all have the new artwork on the back of them. So if you want the new artwork on one side, you can use that as well. But then, yeah, you've got shots from the film. No idea how relevant these are. And then you also get a sideways one. And then you get a couple of different posters as well. So you get the English one there. And then you get the Italian one. So yeah, a really nice comprehensive release there. I believe I got it for like £10 or so cheaper than it was originally, which is obviously quite a discount over the standard version. I think it was 25 originally, so yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it for 15 overall, which yeah, for such a nice release is yeah, cheap as chips, quite frankly. And yeah, to get art cards, poster, double-sided poster even, booklet, 4 versions of the film and a hard box is all nicely done. And yeah, I think there's even reversible, yeah, there is reversible artwork on the cover as well, which is there. So yeah, all very nicely done, to be honest. Hopefully the film will live up to the quality of the physical release, but yeah, who knows. But I figured it was worth a shot to at least give it, you know, to buy it at such a cheap price, especially with such a nice edition as well. So yeah, there we go. I believe that's 10 releases at least, maybe 12 films with the Troll collection overall. But yeah, still a nice series of films that I've bought. Like I said, I've not seen all of them. I've not seen Sleepwalkers yet, not seen any of the Troll films, not seen Mill of the Stone Women and Wolf and Rasputin the Mad Monk as well. So yeah, not seen all of them, but hopefully the ones that I haven't seen will be as enjoyable as the ones I have seen, if not better. So yeah, hope you've had having a happy Halloween, or have had a happy Halloween, regardless of when you're watching this video. But yeah, October's been a superb month for me personally in terms of film watching, in terms of horror films. Watched more than 50 horror films so far this month. Yeah, and by the time Halloween has ended, probably be in excess of 55 at least. So yeah, but yeah, if you've seen any good films this month for Halloween, then I'd like to hear your lists of your top 10 films of this month, or films you've specifically bought for Halloween, or your thoughts on any of these films that you've seen here. But nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.